You're listening to Make Some Noise podcast with Andrea Owen, episode number 384. Welcome to Make Some Noise podcast, your guide for strategies, tools, and insight to empower yourself. I'm your host, Andrea Owen, global speaker, entrepreneur, life coach since 2007, and author of 3 books that have been translated into 18 languages and are available in 22 countries. Each week, I'll bring you a guest or a lesson that will help you maximize unshakable confidence, master resilience, and make some noise in your life. You ready? Let's go. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Make Some Noise podcast. Did you like the new music? I personally love it. I hope that it makes you happy and at least makes you wiggle a little bit in your chair, or whether you're working out or on a walk or in the shower, whatever it is that you're doing. I just thank you so much for being here and choosing to spend some time with me today. This is a short solo episode, the inaugural show for Make Some Noise podcast. And I just wanted to give you a quick reason why I changed the name, as well as what's coming up. And I'm going to leave you with some powerful questions for you to ask yourself. All right. First things first, as people evolve and change, so does this podcast. Your Kick-Ass Life has been my baby since 2010. That was a long time ago. It was 11 years ago. And it was also the name of this podcast since 2013. It was May 8th, I believe, 2013, when I launched my very first episode. And it felt like it was time to make a change. We all evolve. And I know that's a large part of why you're here, to get tips and strategies and tools to be your best self. I certainly have changed and evolved over the years. I have come a long way since my very first episode in 2013, a long way, and especially a long way since 2010. And again, I just felt like it was time to move on and make some noise. So what does that mean? Why did I choose the name Make Some Noise, and what does that actually look like? So here's my take on it. Making noise is about speaking up. It is about shining bright and asking for everything that you want. It's about disrupting the narrative of this box of conformity we were all taught and pushed to fit into. Making noise is about taking action before you're ready in order to build your confidence muscle. So all of that, and women's empowerment in general, in my opinion, is an act of rebellion. It is to push against the culture that has raised us, is an act of rebellion, and it is an act of making noise. Things will largely remain the same over here. I will bring you interviews and coaching sessions, conversations about shit that matters with unqualified people, and solo episodes every now and then. I've also started to become very selective about who I have on this show and am picky about who comes on. I ask specific questions before they come on. Things like, are you trauma informed? What are your views in alignment with mine? Are your values in alignment with mine? And make sure that they know what they are, because I want to make sure that I'm exposing you to experts who are aligned with my values. So that, again, a lot of the podcast will stay the same. And coming up, title and cover reveal of my new book that's coming out in August. The title and cover reveal is coming in May, and a new special podcast series is coming in June, which I'm really excited for you to have. It's going to be completely free, and it is 3 episodes. Anywhere that you're at on this spectrum. So maybe you're at a place where you have been largely inconsistent with your personal development. Maybe you are consistent at self-sabotaging. I'm like raising my hand over here because I certainly have been in that place for sure. Or maybe COVID kicked the emotional shit out of you in more ways than one, maybe financially as well. You're just in that place where you're feeling like you took 2 steps forward in 2019, and then in 2020 you took 3 giant steps back. There's a podcast episode for you. And then on the other side, there is a podcast episode for maybe you are just killing it. You're crushing it. You're feeling consistent. You're feeling really great. And you want to keep up the momentum and feel inspired and motivated to keep going. I have a podcast episode for you too. And then if you're somewhere in the middle, you kind of like straddling both of those, depending on what day or what hour it is, I have one for that as well. Obviously, you're more than welcome to listen to all 3 and see which one resonates the most with you. I am making these 3 episodes so that you can have them in their own special place. They'll be in their own podcast feed that's separate from this one, so that you can come back to them over and over again when you need to. When you think to yourself, I could really use some compassion from Andrea. I could really use a kick in the ass from Andrea. I got you covered, and you can go and listen to it. It's going to be absolutely free. I cannot wait for you to have that. That's coming in June. And last, starting in August, I'm doing a special series over here where I'm having a select group of hand-picked, badass, beautiful women who are coming on the show, and we're talking specifically about what it means to make some noise and how to do more of that. I don't want you to just hear about how to make noise in your life. For me, I have my own take on it. I am looking at women who have made so much noise in their life and asking them, how did you do it? What obstacles did you have to overcome? How did you get past the fear and the voice in your head that said, don't do it. You're going to upset people. You're going to make people uncomfortable. Nobody likes ambitious, aggressive women. How did you overcome that? That's what you're going to hear from them starting in August. I just can't. I'm so excited. All right. This is the part where I leave you with a question. Actually, I never really ask one question. It's a series of questions. So if you want to get out a pen and paper, or maybe come back to this when you have more time to think about it, that question is this: how are you making noise in your life, my dear? Are you going after your goals and dreams? Are you looking closely at areas of your life that you want to change? You know, the hard stuff, the dark, shadowy stuff that we really don't want to. Are you setting boundaries? Are you choosing radical self-care? I'm not asking you to check off every single one of these. I'm throwing a lot of examples at you so you can remind yourself about what it means to live your best life, to move forward towards that woman that you want to be, and to make noise in your life, of course. Are you maybe disrupting systems of oppression and interrupting things like misogyny and sexism? Are you using your voice by voting? The way you make noise in your life is yours. It's unique to you. It's not up for judgment or criticism by anyone else, certainly not your inner critic. And I am just so happy to be able to guide you in that direction and help you empower yourself. So thank you for being a listener. Thank you for being here. Thank you for prioritizing yourself, because when you do, that helps empower other women. I'll see you on social media. Follow me at Hey Andrea Owen on Instagram. And remember, it's our life's journey to make ourselves better humans, and our life's responsibility to make the world a better place. Bye, everyone.